What's going on, YouTube family? It's Andrea here at VWFF Family Farm. It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna take y'all around today and give you some animal updates, just show you some things we've got going on here on the farm, and come along with me. Alright, you're gonna hear lots of noise in the background. Lane and Emily are building the chicken tractor. Ben's finishing up the water line. He's cutting on 5-gallon buckets right now to put the little spigots in. So there's lots of noise going on around here. I'm sorry about that. First thing I wanted to show you is the sheep and goats. We got them out of their pen. They're rotating around the yard. They're having a ball. They love all the grass. I'm gonna turn you around and give you some updates on some of the babies we've had. So there's Peppy. That's the little girl that her mama rejected her. Right there. She's huge. Just for some perspective, those right there on the left are baby sheep. That's another baby sheep, lamb. That's a full-grown Nigerian dwarf doe that's about to have babies. They're big lambs. And this is Sugar, my other, we call them Nigerian dwarfs. That's what we were told that they are. I don't know for sure. Pygmies, Nigerian dwarfs. She's about to have babies anytime too. And of course, Katie's out here somewhere. I think she's hiding over there. There's Katie. Oh. It's a good girl. That's a good girl. And here's our latest animal we're raising here on the homestead. A child.
Okay guys, so I've been out here doing something my mom's been wanting me to do. I've been covering up these blueberry bushes because they're starting to bloom, and when they start getting their blueberries on them, we don't want the birds to eat them all off. So I've hammered some stakes in the ground and covering them up as best I can with what we used last year.
So the birds will literally sit on this barbed wire fence right here and just pick my blueberries off one by one. It drives me insane because I love blueberries, and blueberries are so expensive to buy, so I'm trying to grow them. So thanks, Emily. All right, let's move on. All right guys, we're out in the barn. I want to show you the chickens that I got from Jeff over at Bobblehead. And then when we had the shindig, a really sweet viewer, David, brought us some more Easter eggers, olive eggers. And so we've got all of those together. We actually threw in a couple of the kids' 4-H chickens that were broody, trying to get them to set on eggs. But wouldn't you know, as soon as we moved them, they weren't broody anymore. That's how it goes. So let's look at these chickens. They're laying like crazy. The most beautiful colors, blues and greens, and I love it. It makes me so happy to come out and just mix those eggs in with our buff eggs. And then the kids' 4-H chickens, I think that they're bovine brown, so they lay a really dark chocolate colored egg. So all those mixed together look really cool. So here's the roosters. You can see the whiting true blue. And this guy, he's pretty. And so far, they've both been very well behaved. I'm gonna take you in there and show you the hens. Before we go though, this is the little chick that was in our garage that out of a whole incubator, that's the one that hatched. I think it's a she. She's growing like a weed. She's got the life. She's got her own cage, food and water, fresh every day. Alright, I'm not going to go back in there and disturb her, but lo and behold, one of the ones I said was broody. I don't know if you can see her over there. She's sitting on a nest. That's so exciting. That's the best way, in my opinion, to raise chicks. Okay, I really don't know if y'all can see back in there, but there is I call it a nest of baby kittens. That's the kids' favorite part of the whole farm. I don't know if that ever focused in for y'all, but they are super cute. I'll have to show y'all those when they get a little bigger and start coming out. They are wedged between what is left of our hay from the winter, so there's no getting to them. so you can see the pigs are doing great. They love to pile up with their mom and dad. Those are about ready to be weaned. We'll wean them. We're actually gonna take the mom and dad out of the pen because that's our weaning pen that they're in. Put the mom and dad back. We raise them in a pasture just behind barbed wire. But we had to cut that fence to go through there with the water line, so we actually moved all the pigs up front. Mom and dad pig are about to go back to their regular pen, wean the babies, and then we'll raise the babies till sometime early fall. We raise our pigs about to 8 months of age. They're on the mom a couple months, and then we raise them for about 6 months. So yeah, it's time to start raising food for next winter. Isn't that crazy? We just came out of winter, and that's the life of a homesteader, I guess, or gardener, or whatever. It's like you come out of eating all that food, and then it's time to start thinking about putting it up for the next year. All right, let's move on. That wasn't the best footage, but I wanted to give you a quick glimpse of Lane and Emily's future 4-H chickens. Their layers, they just got them like probably about a month ago, maybe not that long. But we are actually getting 150 Cornish crosses actually Thursday. So theirs are in the brooder. Lane and Emily are actually building a chicken tractor right now for those to go in. So the 150 meat birds can go in that brooder. We've told y'all before, we're go big or go home type people. We've talked before about how many meat chickens could we possibly raise, and like just going all out and all that, raising thousands of them. But we last year did 2 separate batches of 100 each, and even just doing 2 separate batches, we can already tell Cornish crosses or whatever variety you decide to get are not going to be our bread and butter here on our homestead. It works for some people, but you have to have a place to go with all those chickens. You need to have like a great farmer's market to sell them, or a restaurant connection or something like that. We have a couple of really loyal, great customers, but we just don't have anywhere to go with thousands of them. So we made the decision this year to scale it back. We're doing 1 batch instead of 2 batches of 100, 1 batch of 150, some for us, some for a couple different customers, and that's it for this year. Because the cows are gonna take a lot of our time, and we've just really gotta focus on a few things well, and the rest of the things do with them in small enough batches that we can handle it. Because getting overwhelmed and stressed, I'm over that. All right, let's go. All right, I caught up with another animal. This one's working too.
Animal.
You want to kind of tell us what you're up to?
Building a chicken tractor. We had one, but it broke. It was really old, so me and Emily need our own, so I'm making one. It's pretty simple. I've just got 2 8-foot boards here, and then a 21-inch stud here in the middle. Same on both ends like that. And then I've got one of these 21 inches laid flat like that on the end on 2 of them, so we can screw through that into the other one, and then the other 2 frames just have one set like that on the end.
So you're making 4 sides.
Yeah, 2 of them are alike and the other 2 are alike.
And I guess we already have a model of this with my experimental chickens I showed him yesterday. Same thing. Why are you building one?
Because we need our own.
Because why?
Because you won't share.
Mine are fixing to be full of meat chickens. Okay, so that's the sides. What's the top?
Well, every 2 feet apart, I'll have an 8-foot board running across.
The top.
And then we'll have a billboard on top of that.
Okay. And what's going on the sides? Because chickens are going to run right through that.
You sure?
Yeah, don't you think?
Chicken wire.
All right, we'll let you get back to work.
Okay.
All right, I don't know if y'all can see behind me, but over where the bee boxes are and the fruit trees, we're gonna have a garden over there of viney things like watermelons, winter squashes, things like that, that run and take up a lot of room. But then on the other side of that garden, right where the bee boxes and trees are, is a little strip between the garden and between our field that we fenced in that we have our cows in, and it grows up. And we thought about putting the sheep and goats over there, but we also down there at the road, I don't know if you can see it, have blackberry vines that are just rock stars right now. They are in their prime. I'll get tons of blackberries if all goes according to plan. So sheep and goats are gonna eat that kind of thing. They already were. I put them in there for a few minutes and sheep and goats were eating my blackberries. And plus they will rear up and eat part of my fruit trees. So we thought, what can we do? I do not want to push mow that all the time. So let me show you what we did. So these are Lane and Emily's 4-H chickens from the last couple years. And I needed somewhere to go with the rest of my buffs because I put some of them in the experimental pens. But I didn't want a pen in our yard with just a few chickens in it. So I brought all my buffs. I've got a couple barred rocks. And this is their 4-H chickens. They can go from this chain link. They can go out over there. This is what their chickens have been in the winter. It's pretty muddy and we wanted to get them on grass. So let me take you around and show you where they come out. So then right over there is where I was showing you a minute ago. This is where they come out. They can go all the way around. They're in that white fence. Lane built that. He actually showed building that to y'all a couple weeks ago. That was on his first day of work. I put my mobile eggmobile that Ben and Lane built me, and you can see they're out there. I'm hoping they will tromp a lot of that grass down and keep it knocked back. They've not been out there very long, so they haven't made a huge dent in it. And if you don't know, chickens will eat bees. If your bees are low enough, they will sit there at the entrance to the hives and just eat them one by one. So Ben has raised his hives up in an effort to keep the chickens from eating it. I'm hoping this is going to work out because I do not want to go way over there. That's a good little distance from our house and be push mowing all the time. And then this is grown up right now, but come Friday, it's going to be a beautiful garden. Okay, couple more stops on this little vlog here. I was gonna show you my milk cows because I feel like they don't get enough spotlight, and they are like the superstars of this homestead. They provide us so much food, from milk to yogurt to kefir to sour cream, butter, all kinds of stuff. And I never seem to show them to y'all. And I spend almost every morning with these girls, so I'm gonna try to show y'all them more. The two I have right now, these are the only cows up here really on our homestead right now. The rest are either across the highway in a rotational grazing setup or way back at the back that are rotational grazing. Across the highway is milk, heifers coming up, steers that will go to freezer camp, our herd bull for our beef cows, all that. And then way at the back is our beef herd. But my two girls that are in milk right now are Butter and Bella. I don't know if y'all can see them back there. I was gonna show them to you because they are like my favorite cows ever. They're full-blood Jerseys, and Butter is just beautiful. People have commented several times about, why don't y'all show her at the fair? But we're not really just fair showing people. I think that's awesome, and I've tried to get into it a few times, but it's a world all its own. But I just love those girls, so I'll try to show y'all them more. Right now they're out happily grazing, and I thought I could just make a call right now, a cow call, and they'd come running because they are trained and they love to eat. But I'm not gonna do that to them because they're out there grazing and happy. So let's go make one more stop. And these are the little chicks from Jeff at Bobblehead that we hatched in the incubator. They are so stinking cute and they are thriving. Aren't they sweet? Emily, you love them?
Yeah.
They are really pretty birds. Aren't you sweet? All right, so as y'all can see, everything's growing, thriving around here. Things are hopping. It is spring on the homestead. Thanks for going around with me. I'm gonna take y'all this week as I get my garden in. It's gonna be a huge amount of work, but I'm super excited. I'm ready to garden. I didn't have a great year last year, so I am really pumped about this year. Canning's not gonna be a chore. I'm gonna really enjoy it, and I'm gonna take y'all along with me. I'll see y'all tomorrow, and God bless.